Hello friends, I know you are new to US and you have lot of questions. Don't worry, watch this video. I have given you some useful tips that will be very helpful to you. In America, three C's are more important: credit card, cell phone, and car. So cell phone, nowadays, cell phone is not a big deal. If you already have a mobile, you can go for a prepaid plan. Like a lot of providers like a mobile, Tello, Sprint, and then they are all giving the prepaid plans. But the drawback with the prepaid plans is the internet. They have like a limited internet. So they have like a 2G or 2 GB or like 4 GB like that capacity. So if you use your Wi-Fi the most and you don't need that internet, then you can go for the prepaid plan. Otherwise, you can go for the postpaid plan with any provider. Or if you want to go for a new mobile, latest iPhone, or like the Android phones, then you can go for a postpaid with any provider AT&T, T-Mobile. So cell phone is not a big deal nowadays, but when you came to US in 2000s, like that time, it's a tedious process. You have like only 200 minutes, 400 minutes, like even talk time. You have like limited talk time. So but it's completely changed now, and it's a very fair, easy process to get the plans in your mobile. So cell phone issue is resolved. Okay, next we will see the credit card. So in America, everything is credit history. Okay. So if you came with your family to US, you have already faced that. If you go for an apartment, since you don't have your credit history, you end up paying lot of security deposit. And even for your utilities also, you have to pay security deposit. So in US, everything is like history. In rental, you have to build your rental history. In credit, you have to build your credit history. So for the credit history, if you are with your family, then once you start paying the utilities on your name, gas, power, electricity on your name, then the credit history will build up. And the other thing is like larger financial institutions like Chase Bank, Bank of America, won't give the credit card right away. So they will give something called secured credit card. So what is secured credit card? So if you deposit like $1,000, then they will give the credit card with the limit of $1,000. That's whatever the money you deposited, that's what you will end up paying that. But you can use that and build your credit history. Okay. And if you are come with if you are a bachelor, then you will go for a sad accommodation. So even in the sad accommodation, try to get some utility on your name, so that you can build your credit history. And even as a bachelor also, you can go for a secured credit card, and you can build your credit history. Okay. And the third is car. You see a drastic difference between your home country and here, because public transportation is is completely nil in most of the metros. If you are in New York, you are lucky because you have a good public transportation. You don't need to have a car. But if you stay in other metros like Atlanta or Los Angeles, car is a must. If you don't have a car here in America, you are literally disabled. You will lose your freedom. But nowadays, you have Uber and Lyft. But for how much you will end up paying for Uber and Lyft? You can't depend on that completely, right? So try to get the car ASAP. And the other thing is with the driving license, you can't drive the car here. So you have to, in most of the states, you have to write the written test. That written test is not that a big deal, because that book is very small. You have only 15 to 20 pages. So you can read it in a week and try to get the appointment for passing the written test. So once you pass the written test, you will get something called learner's license. So with that learner's license, if you already have a license back home, then you can rent a car and drive the car. So I would recommend you to go for 1 or 2 classes with the driving school, and then after that you can go for a road test. So once you pass the road test, then you can go for a car. So getting the car also there are multiple options. You can first time you can go for a lease. 2 years or 3 years, the dealers will provide the car for the lease, and if you like the car, then you can own it after that. So why I'm saying lease is they have their own financial thing, and it's little easy enough to get the car. Other thing is a lot of companies since you are coming new to US, they are giving some yearly money. So if you have enough money, then you can also go for a second hand car. So once you get used to these rules and then the other familiar with those, then you can go for a new car. Okay. So try to get the car ASAP so that you will be free. You won't need to depend on others for every basic needs. Okay. So as I told, two things are important. One is building the credit card history. Building the credit history, and other thing is try to get the car ASAP. Okay. Okay. This is for the family man. So if you are if you have your wife and you bought your wife also in H4 or any dependent visa, then this mistake I did I did my green card after 5.5 years. But don't do the mistake same like me. So try to push your company to apply for the green card ASAP. So ask them to apply for PEM. So as soon as you get your 140 approved, you can apply for H4 EAD to your spouse so that they can start working. Okay, so if they already have experience, it's very easy to get the job here in IT. Otherwise also in other things also in other places also they can work with the H4 EAD. So don't delay that. Even the regular process is taking 2 years. So yes, once you land here, you push your employer to apply for your green card, and once you get your 140, you can have your EAD. So along with building the credit history, also pressing your employer for the green card process is very important. Okay, so do that, guys. Okay. Hope you like my video. If you have any questions or any doubts, please put in the comment. I will respond back. Okay. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel, and also like my video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye from your RK. Almighty nature blesses you all. Bye.